give George W. Bush some credit, you might find some grains of truth in the following. He said, and I quote, "We must speak the truth about terror." That's what we're here for. Speak the truth about terror. The president goes on, "Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories." Like the official one, maybe? That's an editorial aside. Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty. Yeah, if the Jew fits, Mr. President, you need to be hoisted on your own petard. So, where do I end? Am I discouraged? Not at all. Not at all. This thing is growing. And I want to end by quoting Martin Luther again. And I don't happen to be a man of religion, but find that when you're talking about the devil, it's best to consult experts. In 1521, Martin Luther said, hey, this has to do with optimism and pessimism, quote, "Here I stand. I can do no other. God help me. Amen."
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the two towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way.
Obviously, the cameraman knows he's in trouble on that one, and everybody's starting to run when they see Tower 1 falling to the ground. And when you're running like that, just in fear for your life, you have no idea how close that is behind you. And it's just coming from every street. Look at that.
There has just been a huge explosion. We can see a billowing smoke rising. And I'll tell you that I can't see that second tower, but there was a cascade of sparks and fire, and now it looks almost like a mushroom cloud exploding, this huge billowing smoke in the second tower. This is the second of the two towers hit. And I cannot see behind that smoke, obviously, as you can either. The first tower in front has not changed, and we see this extraordinarily and frightening scene behind us of this second tower, now just encased in smoke. What is behind it, I cannot tell you.
Building that was hit by the plane has just completely collapsed. The entire building has just collapsed, as if a demolition team set off. When you see the old demolitions of these old buildings, it pulled it down on itself, and it is not there anymore. That should be it. It has completely collapsed.
The whole side has collapsed?
The whole building has collapsed.
The whole building has collapsed?
The building has collapsed.
Spoke to the chief of safety for the New York City Fire Department. He received word of the possibility of a secondary device, that is another bomb going off. He thinks that there were actually devices that were planted in the building.
started your speech to the U.S. Air Force Academy, and you went into detail talking about the same topic here. And you said they hate our country, they oppose everything we stand for in the world. They hold an ideology that demands complete conformity, the crushing of dissent. You talk about subjugating of women, etc. And you said they have declared their intention to strike America again and kill even greater numbers of our citizens. So we get further and further away from 9/11. We forget, don't we?
That's right. And it's important for us to remember here, if you look at talk about an extreme ideology, these guys really want to revert back to the 7th century, to the time when their Islamic faith pretty much dominated the world, and it stretched from Spain all the way down to India. Now we know they're out there looking for ways to develop deadlier weapons to use against us, that they'd like to get their hands on a nuclear weapon if they could, or anthrax, or some kind of deadly biological agent. And if they succeed in that and they're able to launch an attack against us, obviously the casualties of 9/11 will be seen small by comparison.
By the old canal, where the shadow stands on the lighted wall. Stop till I have a cigarette, and we dive into a doorway. No police, no summons, no courts of law. No, 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 no. Proper procedure, no rules of war. No, 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 no. Mitigated circumstance. No, 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 no. Lawyers speak, no second chance.
Our sons and daughters are being killed. They're being maimed by the tens of thousands. They're being poisoned by depleted uranium by the hundreds of thousands. Their children are being born with birth defects, horrible birth defects at an alarming rate. We're being lied to about all of that as well. Together we can do it. We can get the truth out there to the American people. We're on the verge. We've got half the people with us. We've got to go after the other half. And together, we can take back our country and get the liars the heck out of here. God bless America, and God grant us regime change in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.